Right, so I haven't tried this setup yet before, and on my way to work, just testing out how using my Cardo on my X5 sounds, and Waze says it's going to take me an hour to get to work, so I'm anticipating a lot of traffic, so that's going to be a lot of talking, a lot of nonsense, and I don't even know if this sounds any good, so if any of it's going to be useful. The thing about this helmet though, I was using a Scorpion helmet, which was my first non-Arai helmet since I started riding 20 something years ago. I used that Scorpion helmet. That helmet left plenty of room between my face and the chin bar where the microphone sits. The Arai has like no room, so I don't know how much of my lip rubbing on the microphone is going to come out on camera. Hopefully not a lot. Yo, is that a fire? I don't know what else to talk about. I wasn't really planning on talking. I just wanted to test this microphone out. But let's see. Let's talk about my bike. It is a 2023 Yamaha Mt09SP. The reason I got this bike is because it has a sporty feel, but it's not the kind of bike where you have to like hunch over like a sport bike. So it's got a pretty comfortable riding position. But then I started doing more spirited riding, hanging out with my friend Masa that I used to ride with back in my sport bike days. I started missing that sporty, aggressive seating position that I used to have on my R6. So then I ended up putting aftermarket rear sets and clip-ons on the motorcycle to make it a little more aggressive. It's not anywhere as aggressive as a sport bike, but it's not as upright feeling as it was stock. It's still very comfortable for commuting, but when I do feel like I want to go out and hit some turns and things like that, it feels way more comfortable than it did in stock form. This feels like a good compromise between comfortable commuting position and a little more aggressive for when I do ride, a little more spirited. It is now 5:22, saying it's going to be 30 minutes from here to get to work. It's pretty scary too sometimes riding out here, especially when you hear about all the fatalities. I think this is like the highest amount of fatalities Oahu's had ever. Really wish I drank my energy drink before I left the house, because I'm thirsty. I'm a little tired. I'm not used to being up at this time anymore. I was previously working like 2-3 in the morning shifts, and this would normally be like my break time. But I've been waking up at like 7 lately, and it's been amazing. For, I don't know, for 20 some years, I've averaged like 3 hours of sleep a night, and it worked okay for me when I was like in my 20s and 30s, well, my early 30s, and it started taking a toll. I really didn't realize how much it was messing with my mental health, the lack of sleep, and I thought it was just because I had sleep apnea. So I went through all the sleep studies and stuff and got a CPAP. I guess that kind of helped me to sleep better when I did sleep, but I still wasn't sleeping enough. I actually got put on antidepressants a while back. They seemed like they were helping some. I was really going through bouts of depression, like for years and years and years. I would be okay, and then it would be rough, and then I'd be okay, then it would be rough. And when it was rough, it would get real rough. I would get super down. Sometimes it would feel just overwhelming. I started getting in trouble at work for oversleeping. So the lack of sleep all the time, like I would be able to manage for a while, manage, and then it would get to a point where my body would just be like, no, we're sleeping. And I would need to wake up for work at like 1 in the morning, and I wouldn't wake up till, you know, 2, 3, 4, sometimes like when the sun came up. Like, it wasn't an all the time thing, but it got to a point where it happened enough times to, I was getting in trouble at work. The head guy at my warehouse, our manager, and he worked with me to get me into later shifts so that it wouldn't be a problem. And it was working out really good on the 9 o'clock shifts and the 12 o'clock shifts that I was working. Like, I started averaging like 7-8 hours of sleep a night, and I found myself feeling really good. I actually got off of my antidepressants, and I've been good. And I'm a little bit concerned. Like, 6 isn't super early, but to get there at 6, I do need to leave at 5, because I live on the far side of the island. I live like out west, and so you can't go west no more. And there's a lot of traffic out on this side for people heading towards town, because everyone works outside of Waianae. So gotta get out of here, and it's 2 lanes out, and so the commute is rough. So to be out of my house by 5, I gotta wake up by, you know, like 4, 3:30, 4 o'clock, so I can get ready, do what I gotta do before leaving the house. Waking up at 4 is a little tougher than waking up at 7, like I have been, but I'm hoping that I'm still able to maintain a good sleep schedule, because I have really benefited a lot from getting like the appropriate amount of sleep. And it's been really cool because I've still been able to do things at night, like go out and ride. I've been going on a lot of rides with different people around the island that just post up, oh, we're gonna ride for Monday Gelato, we're gonna ride for Boba Thursdays, and you know, there's a random ride pops up on a Friday, and I was able to go and still be able to get home and get enough sleep, go to work the next day. I do think I'm not gonna be able to do those later rides anymore, because I do have to be up by 4 in the morning. I'll probably be able to do a lot more solo riding during the day, which can be cool. I do really enjoy riding by myself, because when I do those group rides, I'm not a super social person. I find most social interactions very difficult, and like kind of scary, to be honest. I'm not outgoing in a social way, which a lot of people either don't believe or think I'm making up, because what I do outside of my normal job is I play music, and like I DJ and I entertain. People see me like performing and just think that like I'm an outgoing person. I think that's all part of like a character, like it's part of the performance, because I don't really interact with too many people like once I'm done playing. I can, you know, handle a conversation here and there, but I don't know how to explain it. It's like difficult. Yeah, so what was I talking about? Riding solo. Yeah, I really do enjoy riding solo. I enjoy group rides too, but like I don't do a lot of talking at the rest stops and things like that. A lot of people do enjoy is like the chit chat in between the riding segments. For me, I mean, it's okay, but like I don't necessarily find it enjoyable. Okay, now the time that Waze is telling me I'm gonna get to work is past the start of my shift. So hopefully this is just a momentary backup, and it does get better. Because I was just telling you, the whole reason that I changed shifts was for tardiness issues. So I really don't want to be late for work. I don't do a lot of, like in Hawaii, it's illegal to lane split. So I'm not really fond of doing it. I've done it, I'm not gonna lie. I've done it when I've gotten desperate, like I knew I was gonna be late to get to work. Like if there was a really bad backup on the freeway, I've lane split before. I don't like doing it. It upsets people. People get mad and they get dangerous. Like, I wish I would have saved the video clip, but I was lane splitting. on the H1 in the Kapolei area, which is usually pretty congested in the morning. A dude in like one of these big trucks like that just passed by, like swerved over because he was angry. And I get it, it's illegal here. And you're sitting in traffic, and some dude on a motorcycle is doing something illegal, and like it upsets you. But like, dang, like I could have got seriously hurt or died. But yeah, I try not to do the lane splitting and doing all that. I'll ride in the shoulder way more often than I will lane split. But I also don't like riding in the shoulders out here because there's a lot of debris in the shoulder, and motorcycle tires are expensive. It has cleared up a little, but the time is getting later for my arrival time to work, which is concerning. When I left the house, I was gonna make it there with like 10 minutes to spare, and then it went to 7 minutes, and now it's saying I'm gonna be 6 minutes late to the parking lot, and I still gotta like park my bike, lock it up, and get into the building and then clock in. So I'm not digging that. Oh, that's a lot of brake lights. I don't know if the camera was high enough to see that, but nah, it's not worth it. I was like in my head considering for a moment jumping into this left shoulder and zooming past all this so I could make it to work on time, but I'm not gonna do it. I believe the ticket for the splitting, or was it the shoulder thing, is now like $100 or something like that around there. I just don't want to pay that. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be late. Like when it comes to commuting, I'm pretty conservative in the choices that I make. When I'm like riding, I'm a little more aggressive. But I'm also doing that on empty roads, not congested, traffic-filled roads where you don't know how distracted the people are around you. And usually people are not in a good mood in situations like this. And I don't like normal social interactions, never mind heated ones. Sheesh. So now I am thinking, is riding in the morning still worth it if this is what it's gonna look like every day? Kinda. I just really enjoy riding. I feel like when I get to work, even if it's been traffic or weather, I feel better starting my day on the motorcycle. Oh, see, that guy was hauling ass in the shoulder. When I ride the shoulder, I'm like barely going faster than the people that I'm passing. And I don't know if that's worse or better than what that guy did. Because if you're just flying like that, I guess people don't have time to react to you passing them. Whereas at the speed I travel, they'll see me coming for a while, and if they want to be confrontational, they could easily swing out in front of me or try to block the shoulder off before I get there. Man, I'm bummed that I'm gonna be late for work. But not super late, so it'll be an easy adjustment for tomorrow. I might still ride because like we never got to a point where like I was like sitting there idle for long periods of time. We did have a bunch of like slow periods, but it was never like staying in one spot for an extended amount of time. So I still enjoy riding it. So I'll just leave a little bit earlier tomorrow. Even if I get to bed super early, like wake up early, and then maybe even just go out for a ride before work. Time's getting later. Not by much, but arrival time is getting later. Oh, I thought it was a dog barking. That dude was just like sneezing like super crazy. Oh, there was an accident or something? Well, my shift started 1 minute ago. and raindrops. Raindrop, drop top. Alright, we're here.